Okay, so I'm going to be going over August week 3 breakdown on GJ and what happened. So let me go on daily first. On daily, we can see that this was the weekly, this was a support right here, candle body, and then this area was the weekly high. Cool. So we had a resistance right here, this zone here. You could also mark this, but this was the previous lower high, right? And then when market opened, I said that we were most likely going to get a liquidity grab, and that's exactly what happened. So let me just remove these first. So there's 5 proper setups. All we need is like 2 to 3. And yeah, so looking at price action here. So this was Monday, first London session of the day. We had a clear like minor resistance right there, right? And price kept retesting it, creating lower highs, and then we went down. So this is 2 a.m. liquidity grab, price goes up, grabs liquidity, and then comes down. Come down to this area, which is on daily. 1 second. Oops. On daily, it's this candle body support right here. So it broke up, right? We went up and then we came back and retested this entire area. So that's why that was the key level. See, so price came down, rejected. Okay, so on Monday, that was a clear. You could have entered at this lower high when this lower high formed, and take profit was. You could have even targeted this level here. So like 138.8 or even 139, and 139 would have given you 50 pips. Your stop loss would have been above this high. So because once it broke that high, it was most likely going to go up here, but it didn't, and it just created that. So continued the lower high, lower low, create a new lower low, lower high, and then continue down. Cool. So that's Monday. That was let's just say like 70 pips. Cool. So that's Monday, and then we approaching Tuesday. So we came down to the daily support, right? Came down to the daily support, and I said that. So this was a liquidity grab, and we're most likely going to do a bullish move after the liquidity grab in my analysis from last week. So could even push this down a bit, yeah. So right here, so you can correct it a little bit. That's still the daily level, right? This price activity right here, and GJ is gonna do nasty liquidity grab. So although price rejected this area, it rejected an Asian, and you knew that pre-London most likely gonna pull down, grab liquidity before continuing up, because we're right above support, right? This is your support. Price came down. Let me go into 30 minutes. So price came down before pre-London. So this is 11:30, 12 a.m. Now we're entering pre-London, 2 a.m. right here. So 2 a.m. is 1 hour before London open. 2 a.m. Eastern so we created a low, and this would have been your indication. So when price is doing this is no entry. Like, do not enter there, because why would you enter here when price is gonna create a higher low before continuing up, right? And that's exactly what happened. So price created the higher low, and then so see 0.800 was right here. So we weren't breaking 0.100, consolidating below it, and then we had the 2 a.m. Right at 2 a.m. there's a liquidity grab. It's not fucking rocket science. That's gonna happen at 2 a.m. 1 hour before London open. Price sets up for better entries, and then once we broke above 138.8, we retested it with these candles here, created a new higher low, continued up, created a new high, came back down for before New York open, created a new higher low, continued up, right? So once this 4-hour support rejected, could have entered at 138.8 break and retest, or could have entered on this higher low. This would have been the optimal entry. So when we're looking at it, let's see, entered right here. This is just yeah, below stop loss below the wick. Let's just make it an even 15, right? And then your take profit would have been like, you could even honestly target like the high, like this level here, which was perfect because look, we came back and this is where we consolidated before creating a higher low and then continuing up. But yeah, this would have been a nice, like, because you know that there's price activity here, so most likely we're going to come back, visit this area. Now this was high probability that we're going to come back, but you see it didn't happen just in London. New York had to generate more order flow, grab liquidity before continuing up to this level, right? So as we were saying, target this area. That's 90 pips from here, or even like 0.800. That's still a lot. 90 pips. Okay, so that was Tuesday, right? And then this was in Asian, so price consolidated after daily close, came down, created a higher low, still maintaining that bullish market structure, intraday market structure, right? And then created a higher low, then we created a high. Where did we create the high? We created the high at this level. So at the previous lower high on high time frame. So this was on 4 hour and 1 hour. So we came back, retested exactly. So could even honestly move this up to 140 just because 140 even number, right? So anywhere within the zone, if we saw price rejecting, we would have known that it's gonna continue down for sales. I didn't trade this day, but so you see what happened. 2 a.m. See, so although price tapped here, 1:30 came down 1:45 a.m. And then 2 a.m. candle went back up. So these liquidity grabs happen at 2 a.m. So I need to stop entering pre-London. Just wait for after 2 a.m. an hour before London open to look for entry. So you see how 5 minutes started consolidating. I'm just gonna go down to 1 minute to make it even clearer. So 1 minute time frame will show you what's up. So this was 1:30, and then 2 a.m. See, 2 a.m. pushed strictly up, pushed up, and then you saw consolidation. So what happened when you saw consolidation? You saw consolidation, and then you saw price break this compression, consolidate a bit more, retest. Now we're making lower highs and lower time frame, right? And then we continue down. So after price started compressing, once we broke out of that consolidation, and then we started going down. Yeah, so this would have been this is a proper trade too. Could have entered on this 5 minute candle too when it retested after you knew that price was already continuing down, or enter once 1 minute compression broke. And 1 second. 1 to 15 minute. So on 15 minute could have target could have been this bottom low, or you could have exited here after 50 pips, because you know this would be a good place to exit since there's wicks over here, price activity here, this like traffic, and then price activity here as well. So could have and then your stop loss would have been stop loss would have been like above 140, right? Because we could have come honestly come up to 140, but we saw that 1 minute was just consolidating. So once that consolidation broke, it continued down. All right, so another 50, easy 50 pips. It went lower though, 100 pips, but 50 is all we need. Cool. And then this is Wednesday. No, this was Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. And now we're looking at Thursday. Thursday price at 2 a.m. This is a little bit trickier, so let's adjust this support down to the previous daily low, right down to this wick. My boy Alex showed me this, so that's the daily low, right? And I had my support up here off the 4 hour and daily candle body, but he adjusted it down to his daily low, and exactly although price started rejecting here, we know that GJ is most likely to do a liquidity grab. So any move before 1 a.m. is usually 2 a.m. is usually not going to continue. It's going to get more, it's going to generate liquidity and then go for a liquidity grab. So This was a bit later, but London Open basically came down for liquidity, rejected it, created a higher low, rejected again, and then continued up, right? So once we saw this, could have entered here, exited at 50 pips up here, or right here. Let's just say right here. You're gonna exit here. This right here, entered, right? Exit, sorry. And then, so not enough order flow before New York Open. This is New York Open right here. New York Open, so price pushed straight back down to the previous level right here, right? Because to continue, we got to generate more order flow, grab more orders. And where's better place to enter orders? Right at this area. So, and then New York volume pushed it straight up. So, yeah, can be adjusted. So instead of, if you took profit here, could have entered again in New York at 9:30 a.m. This was on Thursday, and then yeah, straight up to the next zone, because you saw how 1 hour these wicks were fucking. So see right here at the daily low, price came back, nasty liquidity grab right at daily low, perfect, and then retested again. Then we continued up. So that is 120-ish pips. Okay, now let's move to Friday. Friday, we saw from daily close on daily close of Thursday's candle, so the last day of the week, price was consolidating right at this previous level here, right? So we already know this is a valid zone, valid price point for entry. So when price is compressing, I'm just gonna change this color. So 1 second. So price started compress. What the fuck? Did not mean to do that. Where the fuck? Yeah, right here. Cool. So when price is compressing, you see how price is compressing here, staying below 140. And then as soon as this compression broke, right? This just orders being generated, market taking in orders. Look at this, 2 a.m. again. 2 a.m. pushed up, again, grab liquidity up here, right below 140. Key indicator that we were going to move down. When 2 a.m. does something like this, moves up, 2 a.m., this 3 a.m., but 2 a.m. moves down, right? 2 a.m. moves up before continuing the other way. So liquidity grab happened, and then, liquidity grab happened, and then we broke down, so create a high, and then broke down, right? Create a new low. What we did after that is price retested the consolidation. So I retested this area and then continued down sells. So if we missed the entry up here, we could enter once this retested over here, right? And target down to low. 15 pips would not have gone hit. So how that would look in lower time frame is, you see, so just compression, consolidation, no point of entering, right? Because what if something like this happened, or a nasty liquidity grab happened at the top and then came back down? So just wait for price to set up and make its move first. Price made its move, created a new low right here in lower time frame. Then we retested, creating a lower high, and then continued down, right? So, and then we continued down like this, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then we did break. So Friday volume, classic Friday, moving the opposite direction. Sometimes we'll see Friday continue, or sometimes we'll just see it completely go, reject the weekly, make a weekly high, and then just cut from there. But yeah, this was a super nice setup too. So let's just say you entered here at the retest of it, 100 pips down, and then right above the previous 30-minute wick. And yeah, so 105, how much is this? 123, 228, no, like 270, like 280, right? Excuse me, 370, another 80, so 450 pips in a week on just GJ. Did I count this? I think I counted it. I rounded a bit off, but yeah, how many did I say? 450? Yeah, 450 pips on GJ with a 15 pip SL in majority of them. And 15 pip SL is a sweet spot, as Quentin's like always tells me, 15 pip SL or you're gonna get stopped out. But yeah, that's GJ for the week. Hopefully that was helpful. Went breakthrough every day, timings too, liquidity grabs, 2 a.m. push-ups, 2 a.m., 2 a.m. Oh, sorry, where is it? 2 a.m., right? 2 a.m. This was a bit later, 3 a.m., but yeah, 2 a.m. again. Majority of the time, just look for entries after 2 a.m. Just got to do that. Look at it. Price will always set up. No matter, don't get caught up in like something like this where price starts moving before. You don't want that. We just want premium entries, right? And just keep stop losses above or below market structure. Yeah, that's about it.